You're watching award-winning D93 News with Samantha Williams and Phil Campbell, number one in the Gem State.
Hello and welcome to D93 News.
Well, Phil, we have a jam-packed schedule here, so let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it indeed. Do you ever get a little antsy when you've been sitting for too long? If so, you're not alone. Sitting for too long can be detrimental. D93 is working to fight this through brain breaks. We did some investigating and found out these brain breaks are about a lot more than just getting the wiggles out. To say the kids were excited for their morning brain break would be an understatement.
I think it's important that kids move, and so it gives them, it just helps their brains. So the more you can do that, the better they do their work.
For this brain break, they decided to dance.
So energy, so we pay more attention. Like the spaghetti, like it does that.
Does it help you study better?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
Because to get the wiggles out.
And their teacher says getting the wiggles out is just the beginning.
It helps their brain be able to refocus and just be able to hunker down and get focused and be able to work a little bit more.
It's fun learning, but we like doing Just Dance.
There's a lot of flexibility when it comes to when and how to do a brain break.
I sprinkle it throughout the day. So in the morning, we do a couple of times in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. As we're getting closer to the end of school, it's really hard to finish our work, and so we'll do a couple of them. And we do a variety of things.
Do you think this would help grown-ups too?
Oh yeah, I do it. I do it with them because I'm just a big kid still.
Now, brain breaks are so important for kids and grown-ups too.
Yes, I take a brain break too. I find that if I step away from my desk and walk around, come back, I don't make as many mistakes.
And this is really nothing new. We saw that at Cloverdale. I think we did a Facebook Live with one of their brain breaks last year.
Yes, we did, and they just bring up a website and the kids get up and dance. So it's very, very beneficial to have those brain breaks. Absolutely. Now, speaking of brains, there was a lot of brain power on display the other night at Falls Valley during the Gates Invention Convention. We caught up with the winner to see where his inspiration came from.
Well, my mom's cousin Trevor, he's in a wheelchair, and we called him and asked him if he has any problems, and he said when I close the door it's hard. So then I thought about it, and then I had this other idea, and I don't remember what it was, but I decided it wouldn't work. So I went to magnets, and then I thought magnets will scratch the door. So we found rubber-dipped magnets, and so, yeah.
Well, it's now or maybe sometime next year for the Board of Trustees. The board has an important decision to make if they want to get something on the ballot for voters to decide on in March. They'll be discussing different solutions for safely handling and facilitating all of the growth that is happening in our rapidly growing school district. No matter what they decide, none of the solutions will increase the tax levy rate.
That's awesome. Now, no child left inside. That's a phrase you'll often hear from the Mountain Valley Outdoor Club. But what happens when it's freezing cold outside? They still go outside, but sometimes they bring the fun inside. That's what they did last week for their Just Dance party, and we saw some incredible dance moves, not just from the students, but from Mrs. Steele.
Now, speaking of incredible dance moves, roughly 1,000 D93 students were able to attend the Nutcracker before the general public over at the Civic Auditorium.
Well, I think the biggest thing is these kids are getting an opportunity of being able to see a performance that they may never be able to see. It was actually funny. One of the schools walked in, and I kind of walked in there with them, and as they got in, they're like, "Oh, this place is big." It was a new experience for them. So this, to me, that's the biggest thing, is that they get to experience something that they haven't and may never be able to. So.
I just love the Nutcracker. My kids watched Barbie Nutcracker, and we have nutcrackers on our mantle.
I watched the Disney one.
Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse, yeah.
She's a sophomore. She's number 3. She's Sadie Lott.
Well, Hillcrest was the latest victim as the Bonneville Bees improved to 7-0 on the season. To put it mildly, Bonneville has been blowing teams away this season. They're averaging more than twice as many points per game as they are giving up.
Honestly, my kids are playing well. They're playing good defense. They're running. They're doing the things I want them to do. They're executing. They make adjustments. I've got students of the game, which is nice because I can make adjustments. And these kids, I'm just proud of them. They played a good game, and they've played good games consistently so far.
Now, Bonneville has 3 games this week. 2 are in the conference. They travel up to Rexburg tonight to take on the Cats, and then they play the 7-1 Highland Rams down in Pocatello Thursday night for what could be the game of the year so far in girls high school basketball.
It's a huge game. Well, the Hillcrest girls are headed to Wyoming for the Star Valley Shootout. They'll open up the tournament against Laurel High School out of Montana. Over on the boys' side of things, Hillcrest is now 6-0. They swept the D91 schools last week, and they'll take on a Nevada school Friday morning in the Star Valley Shootout.
Now, Bonneville's boys team has a rematch from the state tournament. Last year, they gave Rocky Mountain all they could handle. The Grizzlies went on to win the state tournament, and Bonneville left the Treasure Valley with the consolation trophy. Tip-off between the Bees and Grizzlies is scheduled for 4:40 p.m. in Preston.
It's amazing. It's funny, the timing of the next 2 games for the boys. One's at like 10 something in the morning, and then the other one's at 4:40. You don't see that a lot, but it's kind of a fun thing that's happening. Sam, it's Christmas time, and we had a chance to go to the Christmas program for Hillview the other night.
Yes, we did, and all the Christmas shows are going to be putting on this week and next week from all our schools, and I think we'll be there.
Great. Well, we'll leave you. Yeah, for most of them, we're going to leave you more with the Hillview Christmas program. We appreciate you watching us, and we'll see you next week here on D93 News.
Time for toys and time for cheer. Deep and good, the week can last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast. Want the plane that loops the loops. Me, I want the hula hoop. We can hardly stand away. Please, Christmas, don't be late. Christmas, Christmas time is here. Time for toys and time for cheer. Sweet and good, the week can last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast.